The latest on the Himachal excursion, the rescue personnel have managed to find another body of a missing student. The number of bodies found now stands at 6. The search is still on to find another 18 students. A massive search operation to locate the missing entered into the third day today. 5 bodies had been recovered till yesterday. A team of 84 persons comprising 20 divers of the NDRF were on the job. Meanwhile, a cell phone which belongs to one of the missing students was found 200 kilometers from the spot.
ये हम सर्च ऑपरेशन करते समय ये मोबाइल मिला है और ये नहीं डिटेक्ट मतलब ये बंद ही है, मतलब इसका सिम कार्ड वगैरह कुछ भी नहीं है इसके अंदर। और ये हमको यहाँ से 200 किलोमीटर आगे की तरफ कुल्लू की तरफ मिला है हमको। और
टेक्निकली अगर
नहीं इससे अब इसका तो हम नहीं कह सकते कि इससे क्या टेक्निकली, लेकिन हमारे मतलब जब डैम का पानी बंद किया गया था तब हम लोगों ने सर्च पार्टी वहां से स्टार्ट करी और वो यहाँ तक आई इस टनल तक, और यहाँ से अब आगे निकल के गए हैं। जो राफ्ट से हैं हमारे और जवान हैं सभी हुक्स से अंदर डाल के हुक्स और उसको देख रहे हैं।
Well, in fact, one more body found this morning, and in total the number stands at 6 at the moment, but 18 more people need to be fished out of the river. The chances of finding any survivors stands at almost zilch now, and curious onlookers watching on even as desperate and grieving family members are trying to find their loved ones. But the officials there still trying to find the bodies. What is being said is that a lot of silt accumulation on the river bed is what is causing the delay. But in fact, much has been said and not much has been done about the holiday horror where 24 students were washed away by the rising tides of the Himachal off the river at Himachal, and now a footage has emerged where the horror moment was caught on camera. The students were on their way to Manali, and the group had 48 students, 3 faculty members and a child of one of the faculty members. It was around 5:30 to 6 p.m. on the second day of the tour, and they all stopped for a break. They later asked the locals if it was safe, and they replied in the affirmative. The students claimed that they didn't know there was a dam there. They are all seen sitting on the rocks taking photos. There is a big rock in the middle of the river, and everyone tried to reach the top of that rock. Some made their way to it by stepping on the series of small rocks. After a few minutes, the water level started rising. A student noticed it and began screaming, trying to alert everyone to rush back. You can see and hear all of them screaming and trying to get help. The entire tragedy took place just 10 minutes after the students got off the bus. The video was taken by a shopkeeper. The footage reveals that some locals tried to warn the students, but as they were quite far away, their voices could not reach them. This video also refutes claims made by authorities that sirens were sounded before releasing the water. And there we see the students being washed away. They absolutely didn't have a chance as the water level rose in a matter of a few seconds. They did not have any grip to hold on to. In fact, the students try to stick to each other, but then it becomes very hard and they are washed away. And because of the presence of huge rocks in the river, the students might have even fallen unconscious. A few of the students were seen trying to swim to the riverbank but were unsuccessful to do anything against the heavy currents of the river. Moving on to some other news now. After a brief lull, the ATM thieves are at it again. Two miscreants attempted to break into the ATM of Karnataka Bank, which is located near Bhasham Circle of Sadashiv Nagar. The incident took place at around midnight when two men attempted to break open the ATM to loot cash, but they were unsuccessful in their attempt highest and fled the spot. The cops are now looking into the CCTV footage to gather more clues about the miscreants. Well, my colleague Harish takes us through all the details.
After a long gap, miscreants have once again targeted an ATM in the city. We are in 13th Cross, Sadashiv Nagar. This is where an ATM attached to the service branch of Karnataka Bank was targeted last night. Around 1:30, we are told that four miscreants who came in an auto tried to attack and tried to get their hands on the cash inside the ATM. Four miscreants came in. Two of them were keeping a guard outside the ATM and two others entered the ATM. Meanwhile, this ATM has a security guard. The security guard noticed that two men were entering the ATM with rods. So he went inside this battery room that has been made for the logistics of this ATM machine. So he was inside that. He locked the door. He immediately called up the other security guards in a nearby Punjab National Bank ATM and another state bank ATM, and they rushed in. In the meanwhile, these two miscreants who entered this ATM turned down that CCTV camera inside the ATM. After that, they started to break open this particular ATM machine over here. They managed to first open this particular door over here, behind which is the secret vault that keeps the cash. They managed to only break this particular door, that's it. They couldn't manage to open the other one, the secret vault. In the meanwhile, these two other security guards who were alerted by this security guard over the phone came in from the Punjab National Bank that is across the road, and that's when these two miscreants escaped from the spot. Meanwhile, their faces have been caught in the CCTV camera, one over here inside the ATM and the other over here that's outside the ATM. This ATM also has an alarm as well. The police are now trying to get their hands on this particular CCTV footage. There's also an image capturing system inside the ATM machine as well. So the police are hopeful that with all these evidence and with the footage as well as eyewitnesses, they will be able to crack this case very soon. With camera person Ram, Harish Upadhyaya, News9, Bengaluru.
Well, we have seen numerous ATM thefts in the past, and also in the past we have seen a woman being brutally attacked inside an ATM, following which security had been upped across the city, and there was a brief period of lull when there were no ATM thefts coming to light. But today, yet another ATM theft from Sadashiv Nagar has been reported, where a Karnataka Bank ATM was attacked. This is near Bhasham Circle, and we understand that the attack took place in the dead of the night, and the police officials will now be looking into the CCTV footage to get more details on the same. Fortunately, the thieves were unsuccessful in looting the ATM. Well, yet another ATM robbery in Bengaluru, but the officials have not been able to track down the thieves as yet. But fortunately, since CCTVs were installed in this ATM, following the directive by the Bengaluru police after Jyoti Uday's incident, now the officials might find it much more easier to track down the culprits.